A star-studded concert in Charlotte promised to support Hurricane Helene relief efforts, but in the 11 months since concert for Carolina, we've learned a country music superstar has had to alter plans for how he spent $12 million of the nearly $25 million raised that night. Now, you may remember Western North Carolina native Eric Church said that he wanted to use his portion of the proceeds to build 100 homes in Avery County for Helene survivors who lost their homes. But WCNC Charlotte's Nate Morabito found out the majority of families who will be gifted a new home by Church are not nonprofit or not hurricane victims.
What started with the best of intentions has evolved into something different. Of the roughly 40 homes that will make up the new neighborhood in Newland, only 9 will go to families displaced by Helene. The rest will go to people considered pillars of the community. Eric Church, through his manager, told us that doesn't make it any less of a success. Hallelujah. His music raised money. His words offered comfort.
The most powerful thing we have here is hope.
His actions sparked change.
We are attempting something that has never been done, but it has the potential to affect the lives of so many.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Helene, Eric Church made it known. He wanted to ensure the disaster didn't force people out of a place he loves.
Keeping communities together in a situation like this is our most important mission.
The country singer's manager says that's still the goal. It just looks different.
We're hoping it's all positive.
John Peets tells us Church's nonprofit, Chief Cares, used $12 million from the Concert for Carolina to help create housing development Blue Haven. We're told 110 Helene survivors originally applied for the new homes. However, during the process, the nonprofit learned some victims didn't want to leave their land and move into a new neighborhood. Others didn't want to go through a background check. And some had already found alternate housing solutions, leaving 22 viable candidates, 9 of whom made it to the finish line. But Pete says all 22 received meaningful support.
We did take care of every single one of them in one way or the other.
The 9 displaced families should be able to move in by Thanksgiving.
It's very moving. It's changing their lives.
Another 30 or so, described as long-standing integral members of the community, will eventually move in later.
For the people that went to the Concert for Carolina, the website says all proceeds go to hurricane relief. What would you say to those people who might say, that's not exactly what I thought the money was going to be used for?
An entire community is affected. And it is very hard to cast any judgment on the nuance of that, especially if you spent any time on the ground. Everybody was affected. And so I think finding a lane of serving that community in a positive way and all that money is going towards rebuilding that community and keeping people in that community is what we said and what we're doing. It's not lost on me. It's a lot of money. It's from people who expected the job to be done. And I think we are doing it to the best of our ability. And I think that will show up in the stories, and I think it'll show up in the results.
Chief Cares plans on unveiling the first 2 finished homes Friday in Newland and expects to move forward with similar projects in Yancey and Mitchell counties. Church has said he expects to give away 200 homes across Western North Carolina when all is said and done. Nate Morabito, WCNC Charlotte.
Nate joined us earlier tonight on our streaming platform WCNC Plus to talk more about the relief concert, how he found out about the story and the intricacies behind it. Now's a great time to download that app to get more access to this long-form conversations that we have pretty much every single day. It's free and available wherever you stream. We'll have more extended coverage from Western North Carolina later on in our show.